That's brilliant. Just quickly, on the show, we've got Big Joe here and Julius Francis will both be in attendance. And my man Ray here, who's now presenting for the BBC, will be interviewing.
I've got to tell a story about Julius. I've got to tell a story about Julius. Listen to this funniest story, right? Julius Francis was boxing Mike Tyson, right? And I'll read this article that Julius has offered money to advertise on the sole of his boots. Listen to this, right? So I thought, nah. So Julius fights Mike, he gets decked 5 times. What a man to be able to get up 5 times against world champions. Didn't get up against Mike 5 times. But the Daily Mirror are on the sole of his boots. He's gone back, picture, Julius decked. So I'm doing a film with Julius called Prize Fighter. And with Russell Crowe, Ray Winston, Matt Pearce, me and Julius were bare knuckle fighters in the film. So I said to Julius, I said, see the money that they offered you to do the advertisements on the sole of the boots? I said, I don't know how much you got offered. But I said, just tell me the story. He said, I'm on the cross trainer. And Frank Maloney comes in. He said, Julius, the Daily Mirror are offering you money to advertise on the sole of your boots. He said, I'm not advertising on the sole of my boots. He said, Julius, they've offered you £250,000. He said, do they want the left or the right? No, Joe, unbelievable. More than I got in him. £250,000. More than I got in my profiles. £250,000. I went, fair play to you. But do they want the left or the right?
I know, right?
Well, from no way am I doing that.
Well, these guys got some stories. This man has done about 500 rounds sparring with Mike Tyson, maybe the greatest heavyweight that ever lived. He went the distance with Lennox Lewis. Arguably, he might have been the greatest heavyweight that ever lived, right? So, and none of them have put this man down, right?
It's like, I believed in my heart of hearts that they could have a bad day, I could have a good day. That was all I had the chance, is they're having a bad day. But if you don't believe, you won't achieve. And I always believed in myself. Got battered, but I believed I could win. And that's what you can do, is believe in yourself and try your best. That's all you can do. I'm going to go on
a bit more here. He's a very humble man, but he's also a 7 times Irish champion. Right, so I'm not a very good boxer, but he must be, because you don't become a 7 times Irish champion unless you're a fucking good boxer. Yeah. Right, and there's more than that. He's beaten a former world heavyweight champion, Bruce Seldon, in the amateurs. That's how good this man was. So he might be humble, but he's full of shit. He was a very good boxer. Like
it's just tough, that's all.
And the stories, if you're a Mike Tyson fan, this man was with him in the Catskills when they were both 17.
We were together for 2 years sparring. He made me cry many times. My mum used to speak to him on the phone. So, Mike, thank you for looking after my son. He was battering me week in, week out. But I earned good money, and the money I earned helped shape my brothers and sisters' lives. I've got 4 younger sisters and 2 younger brothers. One sister came out to America. She's still out there now, 40 years. She married a policeman in New York. He's retired now in North Carolina. Mother sister became a chartered accountant, put her through university. My other brother, I got him a milk float. He's got 4 milk floats now. And the money helped shape their lives. So the longer I lasted with Mike, the more money they earned. And it was, psychologically, I thought if I could take Mike Tyson's punishment, I could take anybody's punishment. You know, I could take a good punch. But I've been beaten and battered by the bullies when I was a kid. I came to the UK when my dad worked on the building sites here. I got my 2 front teeth knocked out in Manchester on the day I made my Holy Communion by the 2 older bully boys. All my years boxing, I only ever had 1 tooth knocked out, because I had the Irish accent. So I picked up the English accent, and when I went home to Dublin, I got battered by the bullies in Dublin because I had the English accent. So when the bullies would stop hitting me, rather than hit my brothers and sisters, I used to jump back in and say, no, hit me more. Don't hit them. And I got to the stage where I could absorb punishment like a sponge. And that's what I was able to do in the boxing ring. I could absorb a beating. I've been battered. But listen, if you're going to get battered, you might as well get battered by the best. I got battered by the best of my era, Mike Tyson and Lennox Lewis. They achieved what I dreamed of achieving. Every fighter that climbs into the ring dreams about becoming a champion of the world. I wasn't good enough, wasn't anywhere near good enough. To win 1 Irish title was a major achievement. To win 7, I was very, very lucky. Fortunate, not skillful. I was just tougher than the person that I was in against in the final. And I wanted it more than they did. And that's what I say
would say you were very humble.
That's what I say about this John Fury fight, right? Yeah. It's getting close to being made, right? It's getting close to being made.
Joe all day.
Joe right? all day.
I've got a big podcast coming out. There's big announcements being made. It looks like it's going to get negotiated. There's a a lot of money maybe going to be put on the table. Misfits with KSI and his people who are doing an incredible job with boxing. They're opening up the boxing to the worldwide masses. And that's where boxing blossoms, you know, because it needs to be viewed, to be appreciated. Sky Sports we don't all have. Box Nation we don't all have. They're not shown on terrestrial television anymore. But the World Wide Web and the Misfits and organisations like that are opening up to the masses. And I think it's great because I love the sport, right? But with the John Fury fight, like I said when I done this interview on the podcast, I wasn't much good. John wasn't much good, but we're two tough men. Two donkeys make a great race, right? And I haven't cycled a bike for 20 years on the streets, but I know I could go out onto a bike tomorrow and cycle around the streets of Southampton. I'm not going to win Tour de France, but I know I can cycle a bike. I haven't been in a boxing ring since I was 38 and 58, now 20 years. But I know my way around the boxing ring. And I believe my chin is better than his chin. I've been hit by 3 heavyweight champions of the world and they never knocked me down. He got hit by 1 heavyweight champion of the world and was knocked out. So I know on the night, we're proud men. We're both going to give our best. But I think my best, I hope my best on the night, whatever's left in the tank, will be better than his best. I hope my chin, which I believe it will be better than his. But we're going to stand there and we're going to hit each other. And whoever wants it the most and whoever can take the most punishment will win. We're not going to be dancing around. We're too old to be dancing around. We're not going to be throwing jabs. We're just going to hit each other. And I believe, like I said, if you don't believe, you won't achieve. I believe in my heart I can beat him. And I'm hoping I can. You know, I really hope I can.
For the round, yeah?
I think I can do him inside 3 rounds.
I think so.
Because I was a good 3-round fighter. 6 and 8 and 10. I never liked the running. See, I spoke to a young lady earlier on and I explained to her, I said, listen, you've got to hit the road work. You've got to do the road work. My dad used to call me for my runs in the morning and I never liked running. And I said, no, Dad, drag yourself out of bed, son. It's like dragging yourself off the deck when you get put down. I said, Dad, no one's going to put me down. My chin is granite. My legs are strong. I got put down the first time I was ever put down in the World Championships. I beat an Italian, I beat a Canadian, and I'm in the semi-finals for a bronze medal. My left eye was badly damaged, badly closed. The Greek had 1 fight. He was fresher than me. My cornermen, Jerry Hanna and Mickey Hawkins said, we're not going to let you fight, Joe. Your eye's too badly damaged. I said, I can see a little bit. That's good enough for me. I can see out of this eye. I can see a little bit out of this eye. Let me fight. If I win, I can get into the final. I could get a silver or a gold. I went into the doctor. The doctor didn't look at my face. He checked my heart, checked my pulse, pushed me out. Because if he'd have given me a bye, it would have been the Greeks 2 byes into the final. So it would have been unfair on his opponent when he beat me. He fought the Dutchman in the final. But I got in. I'd done the first round. My left eye was completely closed. I couldn't see. And he caught me with a punch. And I hit the deck for the first time ever in my life. I was flat on my back. And I was doing this. I was putting my bed sheets over me. I was in bed. I was asleep. My cornermen thought I was calling them into the ring. I wasn't. I was looking for my bed sheets. And I turned over onto my side. My left eye was closed. And I saw the referee go 5. And with my right eye, I thought, I'm on the deck here. Strange feeling. Never felt the punch. And I got up. And my 2 cornermen were in the ring. And I fell into their arms. I got beat on my feet, like I said earlier on. I got beat on my feet. I didn't hear the final bell, but I got beat on my feet. And I won a bronze medal. He got the gold, the guy that beat me. But I phoned my dad. I said, Dad, I got a bronze medal. He said, well done, son. I said, I got put down. He said, you all right, son? I said, yeah, my left eye's closed, but I'm okay. I can see out of my right. I said, but Dad, it was exactly like you said. It was like dragging yourself off the deck, like dragging yourself out of bed to go for your early morning runs. And I regret that I didn't make that much of an effort when I had the opportunity. And that's why I said the road work is so important. You know, road work is so important. But it's the best sport in the world. I admire you all, male or female, that fight, because it's something you're born with. You can give a person skills, you can teach a person skills, but you cannot give them courage. You play basketball, you play football, you play golf, you play tennis, you don't play boxing. This is a sport of warriors. It's in you. You're born with that courage. And the admiration that I have for fighters, Danny and Ray are saying, we admire you so much. We've been there, we've done it, so we know what you go through to get to that fight. The sacrifices that you've got to make, the runs that you've got to do, the punishment that you're going to take in sparring. Because sometimes the fights are a lot easier than the sparring sessions. I've been beaten to a pulp in sparring sessions, and I've won the fight easier than the sparring sessions. It's strange sport, but it's the best sport in the world. And see, when you embrace after that fight and the respect that you have earned from each other, the best feeling in the world. You get your hands raised and you win. That itself is incredible. The feeling. But listen, the very best of luck to you all.